Okay, what's up, guys? So I've recorded this video twice, and both times I didn't have audio. I messed it up. So hopefully I can get it working this time. But I'm going to cover a few different things in this video. Number one, I'm going to cover the economic calendar. So we're going to see what days are best to trade this week and why. Number two, I'm going to cover, I believe it's 3 stocks that I'm looking to swing trade for the week, depending on if they get to the level that I'm looking at, and I'll show you the setup and why I'm taking it. And then number three, I'm going to cover 2 or 3 stocks that I have been DCAing to for the long term, dividend plays, stocks that have sold off like crazy that I think are great value adds right now. I'll cover the financials briefly so you guys can understand why I'm adding them at these levels. And that should be it. So let's go over this very quick. Monday, we have Memorial Day. It's a bank holiday, no trading. I don't even know if the futures market is going to be open. Stock market, for sure not. Futures might be in the morning. It might be choppy. I don't know, but I'd never trade this. I think it's the most stupid thing to do. Tuesday, we have red folder news at 10 a.m. By the way, again, for those of you who are just joining this channel or don't really know much about futures or the stock market because it's all correlated, don't trade on days where there's no red folder news. You can trade on a paper account, you can trade on an eval account or a funded account if you really want to, if the setup is perfect, but the best days to trade and the days where the market typically moves are the days with red folder news. The algorithms use red folder news as an excuse for why the market actually moves. Versus on days like Wednesday, I would never trade this day. It's full of FOMC members, no red folder news. Basically, low probability price action that is typically designed to make people blow accounts. So don't be that statistic. Don't fall into that. Unless your data tells you that you are a pro at trading these days, which I am very sure that most of you, 99% of you, will not have good data for these types of days, don't trade it. It's just not worth it. Wait for the red folder days. So Monday, no trading. Tuesday, yes, trading with a cash account because we have red folder news. Wednesday, no trading at all for me. I might not even open the computer chart. Might not even open the computer. Probably will because I know people are going to be on here on the Discord and on X and they're going to want to know and have questions. So we'll still cover it, but it's just not worth the trade on a real account. Thursday, we have red folder news at 8:30 and 10 o'clock. On these days, I wait until 10, then typically the setup forms that I'm looking for. And we'll see what happens, but I will trade on a live account, a cash account on this day after 10 o'clock. And then Friday, we have a one setup for life. Shout out to Dodgy's DD. He's the one that put that on the map for me. I'm sure ICT has talked about that in the past, but he's the one that kind of solidified it in my eyes. At 8:30, if we just have one set of red folder news and it's at 8:30 a.m., typically this is going to be a high probability setup. At 8:30, we'll have some kind of a candle that forms with the data wick. So a data high, a big wick with a high, or a big wick with a low. And you can target that high or low depending on what the market gives you as far as price action is concerned. So just to reiterate, Monday, no trading. Wednesday, no trading. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday should be A+ setup set form, and I will be trading with a cash account personally. So let's see what happens. So that's the economic calendar. Let's look at the swing trades that we're looking for this week. So first one is Alibaba. Actually, one of my friends, and he's in the Discord as well, Mido. He's the one that pointed this one out to me. It's very similar to PayPal, which I'll cover right after this, but basically there's a few different things that we see here. Number one, we inverse this bullish fair value gap, which to me is a very bullish sign. We took out this internal high and we didn't really displace too much above it, but there is strength here. This rejection tells me that we're probably going to come back down into these bullish fair value gaps right here on the weekly. So I would look for a setup inside of one of these with a stop as a close below this low at 69.63. Take profits would be at this buy side at 102, 105, and then 121.30. And then of course we have this LRLR or low resistance liquidity. What is low resistance liquidity? It's pretty much algorithmic price action that forms a trend line. So all these lower highs that keep getting formed kind of build up this, it's like a built up tension in the market that eventually is going to be run. That's what the algorithms are designed to do. Everybody that's short Alibaba has their stops above this high, and this high. So what does the algorithm do? It wants to cause as much pain in the market as possible. So everyone that's been short on Alibaba, that's been making money, eventually is going to get stopped out. So once we get this bullish price action like we do right here, That is what I see as eventually being the catalyst or momentum to take the market back up to these internal highs. So I will be adding at this weekly fair value gap, and then heavier if we get into this one with a stop at this low, take profits at these three levels. And that is Alibaba. PayPal is very similar. So if you look at PayPal, we have the same low resistance liquidity. It's algorithmic liquidity that is designed to be run eventually. The only thing I don't like with PayPal is that we've rejected this bearish fair value gap twice now. So what do I want to see with PayPal? This is what I really like about it now. We have this bullish fair value gap that formed on the weekly, and we just took out this internal sell side while trading into a bullish fair value gap. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to add the PayPal just yet, but if we get a very bullish reaction off of this sell side liquidity, this is also known as a turtle soup. If we get a close above the open of this candle, so the open, if you look up here, it's right there. The open was $64.53. So if we get a close above that, I would take a long. Now I have data as to where my stop should be. My stop would be below this low. If this is the low right here and we close right here at this opening price for the week, I would take a long. My first take profit would be this internal high, which is a 76.56. My second take profit would be here at this internal high, which is 88.55. And then I would hold a runner up to this high at 102, whatever it is, 102, 103.03. Sorry about that. So that's what I'm looking at for PayPal. Holy crap. It is a, Ulta Beauty is a cosmetics company in the retail space, obviously, in the United States. They're one of the biggest makeup companies in the US, minus Sephora and e.l.f. But they've all been beaten down, and I think one of the biggest reasons for this is the CEO has come out and said that Ford expectations are going to be, they're expecting a drop in sales because of the recession that could potentially be coming, and things like makeup are not essential items and tend to slow down, as far as purchases are concerned. So I think that's what's happening here. But the market is forward looking, so a lot of that I think has been priced in. We have this sell side liquidity here at 368.02. That's where I would look to start adding to my position. And then we have this sell side at 330.80. So what I'm looking for here is to start DCAing below this 168 level. And then I'll add a lot more heavily if we get below 330. Ulta Beauty is highly profitable. If you look at their financials, their EPS is at 26. Price to earnings is 14.44, which I think is the lowest it's been at in a very long time for Ulta Beauty. So revenue is obviously increasing. If you go to their earnings per share, they're estimated in 2027, analysts estimate their EPS will be around 38. If you take 38 and you multiply it by the price to earnings, if we do that right here, let's go to the calculator. 38, and then you multiply by their price to earnings of 14. That gives you a stock price of $530. So they're expecting by 2027, in theory, that Ulta Beauty should be around that $530 level. Right now it's trading at 381. So that is a pretty good return if you ask me. Obviously this is going to be slow money, not get rich quick money like trading, which is actually not really get rich quick either. But for the sake of argument, this is a good place to start averaging, in my opinion, for Ulta. Another one that I'm looking at personally, and I have been adding to, I think I called this out in the Discord, but it's been a long time since I did. I've been averaging into this as a realty diversification play and a dividend play. Realty Income, also a great company. They've been paying consistent dividends that have been growing for over 26 years. And look at this chart. Since 1994, it's just consistently bullish. If you want some diversification, if you want some dividends, I think this is a great add. And as far as like a technical perspective, we have this LRLR that's formed here. We're trading into a bullish monthly fair value gap. This is not the correct fair value gap, but this is right here. So this could just be accumulation. And eventually I expect all this to be run. TD Bank in Canada, another one I've been adding to personally. I'm not going to cover this one, but you can do your research on it if you want. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just send me a DM on X, or you can send me a DM on Discord. By the way, anyone who's in the Discord now, congrats, you are in officially for free. But anyone who wants to join the Discord from now on, it's going to be a charge. It's going to be $9.99 a month. You have a 7-day free trial if you want to try it out. If you like it, you can stay. If not, no worries at all. But yeah, if you have any questions, again, just send me a DM. And the best of luck to you guys this trading week.